Hey, welcome to another episode of Three Conservative Gimps. Today we're down to just two conservative gimps. Unfortunately, Lloyd's wife Judy is in the hospital. Last I heard, she was in ICU. That was last night. Hopefully, she's doing better today. So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. So, we got a good show for you today. So it's going to be Charles and I. So let's bring him in all the way from the great white state, or the great white north of New York. Welcome, Charles. Welcome.
Hey, Art. Hey, everybody in the chat.
So we had a pretty good
Not really a
snowstorm
white
here
state.
yesterday.
We're not really a white state. We're a blue state, and there's not enough snow here to be white.
Right. So, big news is evidently the Georgia prosecutor is in hot water. Turns out she's been having an affair with she's the DA. She's having an affair with the prosecutor in this case. And just in the since Friday, one of the Georgia State House members has put forth an impeachment of her from her office. So, interesting news going on there.
Yeah, I was just reading up on. Apparently, she's fighting it tooth and nail. You know,
Right.
Trump's legal team have filed or made a filing to get her removed from the case.
Right.
And she's saying that she has admitted to the affair, but says that it doesn't taint the case.
Oh yeah.
And the one really sad thing that I saw while I was reading that is that Trump and 14 other people were indicted.
Right.
And I mean, the charges for attempting to overturn the election. Well, if it was really a fair election, it wouldn't need to be overturned.
Right.
And I mean, if there was no question about the results, and number two, it's his right to complain and to take legal means to attempt to overturn the election,
Right.
an election, especially if he feels it's not been held properly. But four out of those 14 people have pled guilty and taken a deal from the prosecutor's office, and I was like, no,
Right.
why did you do that?
Yeah. Well, they probably, how prosecutors work. They probably said, well, if you don't do this, you'll be in prison for a long time. So with that threat, and they probably, said that we'll go after your family or some other people in your circle. So they wanted to, that's just how prosecutors work, to try to get people to plead guilty for something that's they shouldn't have pled guilty to. So that's just how they do that.
Yeah.
They strong arm people into making confessions and
that aren't true. Yeah.
Right. So that's what's going on, and hopefully that trial could end up as a mistrial and be overturned on appeal down the road, just like a bunch of these other nonsensical indictments. And every time they indict him, his popularity seems to be going on.
Yeah.
So I think what's going on is the people are seeing through this. saying, hey, we're supposed to be a democracy, and you're trying everything you can to keep them off the ballot, using this and using the so-called insurrection, like here in Colorado and Maine. Those are, and I believe this week, the Supreme Court's going to have they're going to have their hearings this week, or at least opening arguments. But I think they've already come up with a decision already. They're just going to let the
formalize it. Yeah.
Right. So it's probably going to come down to a 9-0 decision and overturn this, and then that'll just all these other states that have been thinking about doing this, they'll probably rethink and go, maybe we shouldn't do this, But these other indictments, what they're trying to do is to gum up the works to where, if they have the trial sooner, then that keeps Trump from going out and campaigning.
Yeah.
But the problem is he's pretty much has the nomination locked up, because after the first two primaries, it's just down to one person, Nikki Haley. And I don't think she's going to be in it very long, because if Trump wins the next primary, the next several primaries, it's going to be all she wrote, and Nikki will drop out, and Trump will have the nomination pretty much sewn up and ready to head into November. And once he does that, he could, formulate his, his talking points to where he could sway the public to vote for him, and to point out all the deficiencies of Joe Biden, other than his mental deficiencies, and how he's mishandled the economy, crime,
Afghanistan, the whole Middle East,
the Middle East, and now Biden's finally striking back at Iran's proxies, only after 3 of our soldiers have been killed in Jordan? They were killed by what I think it was a drone strike or something.
Yeah.
So, I think what they need to do, to stop all this, is to shut off Iran's money supply. And what you do is you reinstitute.
Do what we did last time: freeze all their accounts.
Freeze all their accounts. Put sanctions back in, and mine all their harbors on the Persian Gulf, so ships can't come in or out, and that way they can't sell their oil. The only people that would buy their oil would be China and Russia.
Well, Russia really doesn't need to buy their oil.
No, but they would, just to prop up Iran, because basically what they're doing is they're trying to push the United States out of the Middle East, and to dismantle their superpower status, So they're just trying to knock us down a few notches. Yeah. So I think what's going to happen is people are going to rally around behind us and say, you know what, we need stability in the Middle East, and we need to take care of this problem. We started by going into Iran and Afghanistan, and now we pulled out of Afghanistan and pretty much, and then not unfroze, but well, they did unfreeze, and they took out the sanctions on Iran, and then they did that for humanitarian reasons, and they took that money and they gave it, or actually they used that to buy weapons to give to Hamas.
Yep.
So it sets up a really dire situation there in the Middle East, and now we have what's going on in this country is we've got a bunch of idiots. I call them skulls full of mush that have been filled with garbage from professors to go march for support of Hamas. And there's even a group called Queers for Hamas.
I saw that. I
mean, that's like chickens for Colonel Sanders.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, it's just stupid. I mean, and these people, they don't understand. You know what they do to gay people in their countries? You know,
Yeah.
The gays, they fled Hamas and they went into Israel, and it's just totally crazy. I mean, even in Iran, you know, what they do is they find out you're gay, they take you to maybe a 3 or 4 story building, and they toss them off the top of that. And if they survive, well, they take them back up there and throw them off again.
Wow.
It just, these people, and what I would like to see is if they could bring back mental institutions like we had back in the 70s. And then we could take about half the professors in a lot of these major universities. I'm not talking about the hard science. I'm talking about the liberal arts and social science department. Take those lunatic professors that spout this craziness, and throw them in these institutions and given I guess a Thorazine daiquiri to kind of put their mind straight, so. And the reason we got rid of these mental institutions is the pharmaceutical companies. They came up with these new drugs to help people with schizophrenia and anxiety and all, and depression. And so they went to Congress and these states and say, hey, we don't need to lock up these people anymore. So they let them all out. They were fined for a while, and then what usually happens with these people is they go, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't think I need this medication. Then they get off that medication, and where do they end up? Oh, homeless on the street. And that's how we got this this explosion in homelessness in these major cities. And it's not only in, like here in Denver, it's spread to my neighborhood. Just last week, I was on my way to work, 4 o'clock in the morning, walking out to my car. I noticed there's a shopping cart full of someone's belongings and a skateboard. And I went out to my car. I had my laundry with me because it was laundry day. Take over to my sister's house. So I got to work, And during 8 o'clock break, I sent an email to the management at my apartment complex and said, "Hey, I think there's some homeless people or a homeless person sleeping in the stairwell of my building." Gave them the building number, and guess what? They
That
were.
was
Yeah, they had what's called a code 4. So I don't know if they had the police come. They probably did. The police came by and had those people escorted off the property, and who knows where they went. Maybe they went to, because we're surrounded by apartments. There's another apartment complex behind us, and then just to the north, there's Palmetto Apartments. They could go there. Who knows? What's different about our apartments is you have a common area where you just go through a door and you either go downstairs or upstairs, and the doors are on the inside. Where these other apartments, you don't have that. You just have the doors that go to the outside. So that's probably what attracts these people to our apartment complexes, because
you've
it's
got like
nice
a
and
foyer
warm
kind of
inside.
thing.
It's what?
You've got like a foyer or a lobby kind of arrangement.
Yeah. It's yeah. So, and downstairs, if they happen to have a key, they could go into the laundry room and just pretty much stay there where it's nice and warm in there, and stay until it got light out, and then pack their shit and leave. So, and the scary thing about it is, if you accidentally didn't lock your apartment door, one of those idiots could come around checking the doors. Hey,
Yeah.
found one that's not unlocked, and go in, and who knows what they'll do. And that's what's really nervous about that. So, and what does our mayor want to do? No, he doesn't want to solve the problem. He wants to throw money at it and take some of these hotels downtown and turn them into homeless shelters. It's like, how is that going to help those people? You got to get them off the street, and
30% of them won't come.
right. Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah, that's right,
proven.
man. Mm-hmm. So was British learning institution, but it's academia that's been. Yep. That's true. That's true. So basically, these mental institutions. This is before, the drugs have come out to help people with schizophrenia. They couldn't take care of themselves. And now I think we need to go back to something like that. I mean, we do have a state mental institution down in Pueblo, which is 100 miles south of me. That's where they have people that are violently, schizophrenic. As a matter of fact, oh God, this is like 20 plus years ago when I was still doing stand-up comedy. We had this guy started doing open mic night, and this guy was really weird. I mean, he would just say shit, and it's like people were like, what? What did he say?" It was just incomprehensible what he said. So a couple weeks later, he was working on one of those yard, you know, uh, mowing lawns and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Anyway, he was sitting in the back of the truck, and they were driving down. I don't know if it was a highway or one of those major roads. Got pissed off at somebody and threw him off the back of the truck and killed him.
Jeez.
So he ended up at the state institution in Pueblo. I have no idea if he ever got out or if he's still there. I don't know. It's just crazy. And also, I used to date this gal, and her nephew was always getting in trouble with the law, and he killed a guy in Pueblo during a drug deal that gone bad, and now he's in the state pen, and it's like, wow. So that's two people that I know that have committed murder, and then I know somebody that was murdered. She happened to be a patron at this bar called Pharaoh's Bar on Colorado Boulevard, and it was kind of a popular place. And two thugs came in, and there were maybe 5 or half a dozen people, and robbed them. And then what did they do? They stabbed them to death and tried to set the place on fire. So it's really scary. So
wow.
Oh, there you go. You mean the post office? Yeah, there you go. And we got Joel, Mr. Skyfly. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, Joel.
We got Tammy Jean and her other half, that'd be Matt's. 420. And we got Steve Carpenter, SC Ariels, Mark R. White, Ronnie, God Bless America, and Brian, Waypoint, New England, Steve Knowles, Michael, Cool Cat, and I think I saw Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk, or Mr. S.
Maybe I didn't see him. There's non-azatic.
Oh, there's Grant right there. Hello, everybody. Yeah, we got quite
Catskill
a good
Brad.
group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, Brad. Good to see you. So we got a good crowd tonight, and please keep Lloyd and Judy in your prayers and thoughts, and hopefully for a speedy recovery that she could go back home. So that's what's going on. We got a prosecutor that's being investigated and going under impeachment. Someone else who's facing impeachment is Mayorkas. He's what was his position in the cabinet?
I don't know, but he's got something to do with immigration, and it's weird because he's got something to do with immigration, but supposedly Kamala is the border czar. So I don't understand who does. Well, I was going to say I don't understand who does what when neither one of them does anything.
Yeah. Ronnie says DHS. Yeah. Department of Homeland Security. Okay. All right. Thank you, Ronnie, for that info. I thought they were going to impeach him last year, and that kind of just fell apart. And now they're going to impeach him again.
Steve Carpenter got a little bit of an update here on Judy. She says she's out of ICU into a regular room and off the BiPAP, whatever the BiPAP is.
Oh, okay. That's similar to a CPAP. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And and I forgot Andrew. Yep.
Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic news about Judy.
Yes, that's good to hear. That is great news. And and basically Mayorkas is saying, "Oh no, the border is great. We don't need any." I think I sent you this link to this guy. He's an
the rapper.
No, that was Ben Shapiro and Tom McDonald. I'm talking about this guy Eli Yoder. One of the, I guess, a bishop at one of the other Amish communities said, "Hey, could you get this to Congress or give us a shout out saying, hey, we would like to go down to the border and build that wall for you," because they're concerned about the safety of their children as well.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, that's a great gesture. If they could do that, that'd be awesome, you know. And you mentioned that rap video from Tom McDonald. He's a conservative, non-woke rap artist. He teamed up with Benjamin Shapiro, the conservative columnist and commentator.
Mm-hmm.
They did rap together, and it's was number one on YouTube, but YouTube is kind of tamping that down, and someone else is now number one. And there's Tom saying, "Hey, wait a minute, we got like 30 million more views than she got, and way more comments on our video than she's got." And it's typical YouTube garbage, and which is probably why this channel is not growing much. So,
well, I mean, really, everybody should be on something else. Everybody should be on Rumble or X.
Right. That's and I usually post a link out on X. And what else? Oh, Rumble, Twitch is another one. I don't know, but Rumble. I do have a Rumble account. I probably should do a
simulcast
stream. Yeah.
And what I've recently been told, I don't know, I don't have any experience with this, but one of the one of the guys that I game with on Thursday nights said that Rumble now has their own version of StreamYard. It's not StreamYard, but it does a lot of the same stuff. You can stream to multiple networks, so it might be, and it's all part of the Rumble experience. So you don't have to download any separate software or set up a separate account, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, we got Mike from Night Train. Welcome. Good to see you. Tom McDonald did a great song. About Kyle Rittenhouse. And Kyle is suing NRA. So, because they did nothing to help him out. And the organization that did help him out is the acronym is NAGR. It's National Gun Rights of America or something like that. National Gun Rights. Yeah. Anyway, so they're the ones that helped him out, during his trial, and gave him a lot of support and got him a lawyer. So, that's good. So I think the NRA is probably going to go broke or go out of business in a few years.
Probably.
Because because a lot of people are leaving the organization, and but the problem with that other organization, it was formed by an organization here in Colorado, which was RMGO,
Mm-hmm.
and they're one of the groups that started the split in the Republican Party here in Colorado, and they pretty much are running the party right now because a lot of the conservatives said, "Shit, we're done. You monkeys run this show. Let's see if you could do it any better." So they got their people running the show, and it's a hot, steamy mess. So,
Yeah.
so it is Dudley
Right.
Brown that runs that other organization. Now it's a national organization. Yeah.
And look at Ronnie. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So, oh yeah, I gotta show you this photo. It's quite funny. Let me see if I could. Hold on, just talk amongst yourselves. Nope, that's not it. You know what? I'll just click on my page and I could probably find it faster. Oh, by the way, today is my dad's birthday. He would have been 104 today. And anyway, where did I put that? Where is that? It is something to do with the. Oh, there we go. A Facebook fact checker. Come on, there we go. And we'll bring it up. Share the screen. And here we go. This is our typical Facebook fact checker. Yeah. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, Ronnie, that is true. What you need to do is replace a gun with pew pew, and then that'll work. Yeah. Or use a weapon, or use another word for gun. Yeah. So, wait a minute. Can I say that on this show? I don't know. Will we get flagged? Who knows?
Will be interesting to see.
Yeah. Hmm. So, okay. So, on to our next topic. Our great, illustrious Democrat controlled state assembly has decided they got a new tax. Well, actually, it's not a tax, it'll be a fee because it'll go against taxpayers' Bill of Rights. It is a tax on pets.
Oh.
So if you own a doggy, a cat, or gerbil, squirrel, or fish, you will be taxed on that, which is great if you think of what the unintended consequences of that will be. It'll be a flood of more pets going to the homeless shelter. Animal shelter, not homeless shelters. Yeah, so these people, they just never think through what they're going to do. Everything they do, always 99.9% of the time, has an unintended consequence, because what they base their thinking on is intentions, not outcomes or reality.
Yeah.
So what they do is, well, our intentions were good. Yeah, but you made the situation even worse. I mean, look at our homeless situation here in Denver and some of the other Democrat-controlled major cities. Look at how the homeless situation has spiraled out of control. So people who own pets are already being taxed right now. How might you say? Through pet food. When you buy pet food, you pay a sales tax on that food. So now you're being taxed twice. Oh, wait a minute. If you live in an apartment or a condo complex, you gotta pay a fee to keep a pet. And it usually ranges from anywhere from $25 to, I don't know, $100. Here where I live, it's $100, or not $100, it's $50
Wow.
per animal. Yep. How does that pet tax work? I don't know. It's just a proposal that I heard being floated around. How they'll enforce that, I don't know. Maybe they'll have some Karen going around these apartment complexes with their binoculars saying, "Oh, I see a dog. We better tax that." You know? Yeah, that's right. Travel in an automobile, get married, start a business, own a firearm, sell a product. There's a tax on pretty much everything. Yep.
And they started doing something very similar to, and this is actually in place in New York City, not with pets, but with people driving into, well, they call it the congestion area or congestion zone, but essentially what it is Manhattan.
Right.
And any car, just a plain car going in there, has to pay a $15 fee on the way in.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Any truck going in has to pay something like a $30 or $32 fee.
Right.
So now, and if you're on a motorcycle or a scooter or anything else, that's like $5.
Right.
To get in there.
Right.
And there are people suing against it because what people are going to start doing is people are going to, number one, they're going to stop coming into the city all the way.
Right.
What they're going to do is bring their cars and park them somewhere outside of New York City, and then take a train or something in.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But what they're doing, the city is justifying this by saying that they need to. This is going to not only decongest the city and raise money for the MTA, but it's also going to reduce pollution. But not really, because what it's going to do, the unintended effect that people are going to be suing about, is that now all these outlying places where people are going to be driving into and leaving their cars, it's going to create problems finding parking spots,
right,
and create more pollution in those areas.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So they're not getting rid of it. They're just moving it outside the city.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep. And, especially air pollution. Where does that go? Oh, wait a minute. Depends on where the wind is blowing. So,
and then of course, because transportation into the city is being taxed on everything. We're not talking about, like a truck, like a pickup truck. We're talking about delivery trucks, people with farms outside the city bringing food in for stores and shops and restaurants, then the price of that food is going to go up.
Right.
So then everybody is going to be paying more for everything.
Right.
UPS bringing in stuff, delivering into New York City, going to pay that extra fee.
Yep.
And they don't they're also including, and this is the stupidest thing, they're also including first responders, like firemen, EMTs. I don't know if they mentioned police, but definitely firemen and EMTs and ambulance drivers.
Right. And it'll drive up the cost of medical services because they'll have to. God, man, it just nuts. It just makes me want to, I don't know, move to the Philippines. Yeah. So that's what's going on. Other crazy stuff. What you know what? I need to look up what primaries are coming up.
While you're doing that, let's all wish happy birthday to Captain Joe America, because today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joe America. Happy birthday to you. Alrighty.
Wow, UPS laying off 8,000 to 12,000 people.
Wow.
And that's with Google, and then Google's laying off like 30,000 people.
Right.
And over the last year and going forward a little bit, 20,000 journalists have, well, are they really journalists, but have lost their jobs.
Right. Oh, how about Sports Illustrated?
What about them?
They're going out of business.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They just fired all the writers. Yep. Because, I don't know. Maybe they decided, hey, we'll put swimsuit edition with the trans people with, hey, penises. Hey, that's a great idea. Yeah, that'll sell a lot of them.
Yep.
But I think a lot of it is because everybody's going to online magazines. So, yep. So, anyway, so we got a primary coming up on the 8th, and that is a Republican primary, and that is Nevada and the Virgin Islands, and the 6th is Nevada for the Democrats. Let's see. South Carolina is on the 24th of February, and Michigan is the 27th. And let's go to March. We've got Michigan on March 2nd, Idaho and Missouri, and District of Columbia is the 3rd. North Dakota is on the 4th. And then we have Super Tuesday. 16 states voting, which are Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Iowa, Maine. Well, Iowa is the Democrats because the Republicans already had Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, and Virginia, and American Samoa. And the 6th of March is Hawaii for the Democrats. And the 12th of March, you got Georgia, Hawaii for the Republicans, Mississippi, Northern Marianas for the Democrats, and Washington for both parties. 15th is Northern Marianas for the Republicans, and 16th is for Guam for the Republicans. 19th is Arizona, Florida, Illinois, Kansas, and Ohio. The 23rd is Louisiana and Missouri for the Democrats. And April the 2nd, that would be Connecticut, Delaware, New York, Rhode Island, and Wisconsin. April 6th, which is the drone meetup, that would be Alaska, North Dakota for Democrats. And on the 13th, that would be Wyoming for Democrats. 16th would be the primary runoff in Alabama. 21st, Puerto Rico, excuse me. 23rd is Pennsylvania, and the 28th is Puerto Rico for the Democrats. The 7th of May is Indiana. 14th of May is Maryland, Nebraska, West Virginia. Let's see, the 21st is Kentucky and Oregon. So, yeah, and then on the 4th of June, we got the District of Columbia for Democrats, and we got Montana, New Jersey, New Mexico, South Dakota. And on the 8th of June is Guam for the Democrats, and that is pretty much it. And then July, on the 15th, we've got the RNC convention. And then in, I think August is the Democrat convention. Yep. The 19th of August is the DNC convention. So there you have it, folks. Interesting to see if they're, I don't know where these conventions are. It'll be interesting to see if BLM or what was that other group? Black Lives. Oh, that is BLM.
Yes.
Oh, who's going to show up to protest at the Republican convention? So, oh man. And so pretty much Trump has it sewn up. We'll know in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
And hopefully Nikki Haley will wise up and say, all right, don't know if she burned her bridge with Trump, because she was ambassador to UN under Bush. Oh, yeah, that's right, Steve. The everyday ballot stuffing. Yep. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if my dad will be voting Democrat this year. Or my mom, possibly. So that is what's going on. So I don't think Lloyd's going to be doing a show tomorrow night. So yeah. So probably what I'll be doing, if I'm not too busy, I've got my drone video that I could work on. I still have the video from my cooking that I did a couple weeks ago, that I could get that ready for what is the name? Chef Boy RD. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'll keep an eye on that pet tat, see how that's going to work. Lately I've been getting an email from this group called the Rhino Watchdog. And I don't know how they got my email, but I've been I watched that and
They're sneaky little beggars like that.
Yeah. I check them out and I read some of their articles, and they're calling certain people rhinos. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this guy was a staunch conservative. How can you call Ken Buck a rhino? Because he's decided not to run. Oh, speaking of Ken Buck, CD4 Bobert, she decided to switch from CD3 to CD4 because it's even redder in that district. Well, they had a forum in Weld County, the Weld County Republicans, which are in that district, and they had all the candidates that are running for Congress in CD4, and Bobert came in fifth in the straw poll. and the person that came in number one was Jerry Sonnenberg, who is a county commissioner there. And I know Jerry a little bit. I met him years ago when I ran for state house, and he's a rancher out in Sterling, Colorado, and he's quite popular up there. And it'll be interesting to see how that primary will shake out, because I think the congressional assemblies are before the state assembly, because next month in March we will have our county or state house, state senate assemblies. It's county assembly, and that's in March. And then that's where, if like I could go to the caucus and go to my precinct, and I could sign up to go to one of these assemblies for a fee. And the further up you go on the food chain, if you want to go to the state assembly, that is $95 last time I went to that.
Wow.
Or I signed up for it. I ended up not going because I think my car broke down, or I wrecked that car, and I got the present car. And plus it was way down in Colorado Springs, and I didn't want to drive way the hell down there. So ended up not going. So the alternate got to take my spot for that assembly. So this year I am not even bother going, because I know in my district for state house and state senate, the Republicans don't have a chance at all. And for like county commissioner, same thing, because I'm in a solid blue county now. So it's like, why waste my time when the candidates, it's just, you're pissing away your time and your money. Even on the statewide races, not even interested in being a delegate. Delegate, that's the word I was looking for. So, because, Colorado is a blue state. Depending on which congressional district you're in, then we have we got a few red districts, but I'm not in one of them. I am in CD7, and which is held by Brittany Pedersen. Oh, by the way, Brittany Pedersen's husband was awarded a huge contract by Jefferson County. And how did he get that award? Well, the county kind of put out, hey, we're we have this opening for this position, you know. But the thing is, if you're not subscribed to a certain website, you're not going to know about it. So only 2 people bid on this contract, and her husband was one of them. And how much was that contract for? $125,000 a year.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the politics here, how sucky it is. Yeah. So we managed to do an hour, so we covered a lot. I want to thank everybody in the chat for coming, and thanks for that update, Steve Carpenter, on Lloyd and Judy. You all have a great week. Don't forget, ArtCo is on Saturday, so come there. I got some more cool prizes to give away. So see you there, or see you here if you want to get your fill of conservative.
Let's get political. Let's.
Yes, that's right. All right, everybody. Good night, and
Good night, folks.
have a great week. Bye-bye.